This is the end, my friend. This is the end. It's the end of a long era in my business life. 33 years working for Bristol Myers Squibb. Yes, this is the end. It was the end that New Year's Eve day on 2014, which was my last day of work after 33 years of working and selling pharmaceuticals. It was another end as well. That's where I'd like to go now, and it was the end of my brother, Craig. A few years earlier, in 2012, he passed away from cancer. The way the story is that I was in denial about how sick Craig was. I wanted to honor him and his music. I mean, he had touched so many lives over the years and wrote so many great songs. He ended up with a legacy of 23 full albums of original music. He touched a lot of people. And so I decided to have this concert to celebrate his music. I had every intention of Craig being there and being able to watch and enjoy seeing how his music sounded with other people performing it. I invited lots of folks. I even invited the old Sedate Sunshine Colony band to come back together and have a reunion to perform his music. Well, anyway, the week before the concert, all of us were in town, the old band, to practice for the upcoming event. Well, that's the day that Craig passed. I had said goodbye, I was going to practice, and he was still there, said okay, and he was interested in what we were performing. I had told him that we're doing one of his best songs ever, and that's Lord Make Me a Sailor. And so off I went. As we were practicing the song, it was coming together beautifully, and the voice of Pat Erickson and Nancy Bolton were just intertwining beautifully, and these notes were flying skyward into heaven. And that, I am convinced, is when Craig left this earth. And he rode upon those notes of his music all the way to heaven. I'm pretty sure that's how it all came down. So, yes, this is an end. This is the end. But sometimes that's the best place to start in telling some stories. So that's what we're doing here. Where I take you next is to a video clip of our band playing and performing Lord Make Me a Sailor, and we paid for the greatest talent we could find as our masters of ceremony, which was Mr. Kingsburg himself, Lennis Shalene. So I will take you right to the clip. He's going to introduce the band. You can hear the song. Think about Craig writing the notes on into heaven. And I hope you enjoy it. And I promise subsequent podcasts or video blogs that I do here are not going to be on such a dark topic. But I have a lot of resources, so I hope to go in a lot of places with you folks, as long as you let me. So sit back, enjoy, and please let me know what you think about it, okay? Welcome to Jeff's Joint. And, okay, Lennis, why don't you come on up and introduce us?
No, Lennis, why don't you introduce all of them to us?
Here, just take it.
Thank you. On behalf of Jeff and all of the musicians who put this concert together tonight, I welcome all of you here to this wonderful evening to remember Craig through his music. For those of you who are a little bit younger, you may not know exactly the whole story of rock and roll in Kingsburg, so here's a little brief history for you. Back in the middle 60s, when rock and roll started to get its legs under it, there were some things that were pretty much taken for granted. One was that it was pretty much boys who did it, pretty much ego-driven. If you look at the rock stars of the time, most all the songs were cover songs. That is, they would go out and play music of other people. And finally, most all music was instrumental because nobody could sing well enough to risk going out and singing. Well, Craig Anderson came along, and the model changed. Obviously, you can see that he brought girls, women, into the rock and roll world. That was one of the first, most noticeable things that he did. Also, I don't think anybody in this room who knew Craig would ever describe him as being ego-driven. He was probably the most self-effacing guy you'd ever want to see, so he really did not fit the rock and roll mold. His band came along, and they didn't have to do cover versions because Craig could write music, and that was something that was very unique for the time. And they also did much of their own music. Craig was such a good musician that he could write his own music. So Craig really stepped outside of the mold of the time. And tonight, we're going to let his music tell you the story of what he has meant to music, not only here in Kingsburg, but also in the Central Valley and to rock and roll in general. So thank you all for being here tonight. I think it's a fitting venue to be playing his music right here in his church. And I think, as Jeff said, Craig is here with us tonight. So enjoy your evening, and I think we're going to have a great evening. So thank you all for being here, and enjoy.
And the first song is Lord, Make Me a Sailor. And I think it's one of the best ones he's ever written. Many people have sang it, so we're going to redo that, I think.
Oh Lord, make me a sailor, teach me the ways of the sea. I've been a long time forgotten, just drifting free. I've seen so many faces, I've sung so many songs, I've heard so many stories, so many wrong. Oh Lord, make me a sailor, teach me the ways of the sea. For I've been going nowhere, a lost and weary soul just drifting free. Oh Lord, I've been wandering so far from finding my way. Show me that river to heaven, I'll sail away. Oh Lord, make me a sailor, teach me the ways of the sea. Just drifting free. I've climbed so many mountains, I've crossed so many plains, and still I've been going nowhere. I need your strength. Oh Lord, make me a sailor, teach me the ways of the sea. For I've been going nowhere, a lost and weary soul just drifting free.